What up, everybody? It is your boy Darius, and we're back in business, y'all. So I want to do this one for you guys. How did Eminem destroy Celebrity and his family? Because Eminem, he don't give two fucks. He really does not. He's like Tupac. You with me or you against me? So I got a couple of Eminem of Who Wants Bad episode on being in the works. So I want to check this out. Maybe I'll probably react some of his songs that he did. So let's check this out, y'all. Let's get it.
Mr. Eminem, and was pretty painful as an artist to another artist, and it's sad. He should be ashamed of himself, what he's doing.
This is the great Michael Jackson, who's talking about how unpleasant it is for him to hear the lines from the song Just Lose It aimed towards him.
I got react to that.
The music in the video is a parody of Michael Jackson, who was accused of molesting children 30 years ago. The most notorious scandal in the artist's career occurred in 1993, when he was accused of sexually assaulting a 13-year-old boy. But what offended Michael the most was the last scene, where he is sitting on a bed surrounded by small children. The pop singer called upon all music TV channels to remove the clip from the air, otherwise he would sue Eminem. But only one TV channel, Black Entertainment Television, agreed to do that. The song also makes fun of MC Hammer, Madonna, and other celebrities, but Eminem is able to diss even himself.
Okay, today is June 1st. Please say your name and spell it.
I'm God, G-O-D.
From Infinite down to the last relapse album, he's still shitting whether he's on.
In the song Not Afraid, he mentioned his album Relapse, which, in his opinion, was very mid.
You said you was king, you lied through your teeth. For that, fuck your feelings. Instead of kitten, crown your king.
But that's just the beginning. Apart from rappers, ordinary celebrities also came under fire. He dissed Pamela Anderson, who was considered a sex symbol of the 90s.
Pissed off and ripped Pamela Lee's tits off and smacked her so hard I knocked her clothes backwards like Chris.
Or how much he likes Jennifer Lopez.
Singer in showbiz, it'd be Jennifer Lopez. But I don't give a fuck if this chick was my own mother. I'd still fuck her with no rubber.
Oh.
And he's got plenty of disses like that, so let's go over some of them briefly and to the point.
Diss some people in the new single.
Some.
Yeah.
I've never met these people. You know what I mean? So these aren't like personal attacks on their character or anything like that. It's kind of like picking names out of a hat. And if your name rhymes with something good, or you know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, we gotta check that out.
One of the most popular rappers in the world fell in love only once and for life. Way back when he was young, Eminem met his future wife, whose name is Kim Scott. Because of their scandals, this couple became one of the most famous in the rap industry. After all, after the wedding and the birth of their baby, their relationship became worse and worse by the day. Neighbors complained about their fights, and one day, this led to the family simply being kicked out of the house. And after they broke up, Em decided to write a love song, but he did it in an extremely harsh manner. In the song, he threatens to kill her, the new boyfriend, and the baby, in general to show how much he hates her, therefore showing how much he loves her.
God, I hate you.
I gotta check that out.
Oh my God, I love you.
The rapper talked about writing the song, and here's what he says. I should have finished it back in '98 when I put out my first album. I wrote the song when Kim and I weren't together. We broke up at that time. It was the end of '98. I remember watching a movie once that inspired me to write a love song, but I didn't want to do a basic love song. It had to be some kind of perverted shit. Although I don't remember what kind of movie it was, I do remember how upset I was about our divorce. I really wanted to pour my heart out, but still, I wanted to scream. I did the vocals in one take, and I conveyed the mood that I had during our fight. As a result, they got back together, but one day Kim attended her fiance's concert and saw how he performed the song. He performed with an inflatable doll, imagining that it's Kim, and the audience took it quite well. She couldn't deal with it and went home where she cut her wrists.
Oh,
but
shit.
Thank God she survived.
Yeah.
It's no secret that Eminem hates his father for leaving the family when he was just born. Marshall Bruce Mathers III, better known under the name Eminem, throughout his life did not hide that he had a complicated relationship with his dad, and at certain periods of his life this relationship didn't exist at all. He reflected it all in his work.
My father too. I actually learned a lot from you. You taught me what not to do. I wonder if you even kissed me goodbye. No, I don't. On second thought, I just wished he would die.
Ooh.
Eminem said in an interview that as a child he wrote letters to his father who left them with his mother, but they all came back with the stamp returned to sender. His father in turn stated that his ex-wife did not allow him to see his children. His biological father died in 2019 from a heart attack. Eminem not only disliked his biological father, he also hates his stepfather who beat his mother in front of his eyes. He also dissed his mom because of her love for drugs.
Out my mom does more than I do. I told her I'd grow up to be a famous rapper.
Mom loved Valium and lots of drugs. That's why
I gotta check that out.
It got to the point that Debbie sued him for $10 million for defamation, but received only 25 grand. However, a few years later, Marshall dedicated the song to his mom, where he apologized.
Beat is heavy as yours, but I love you, Debbie Mathers. Oh, what a tangled web we.
And if you think that's all, then you're wrong. His stepbrother and sister also got some handed to them.
Brother and sister who never seen me or even bothered to call me until they saw me on TV.
Gucci gang, 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 Gucci gang. Spread their rest.
Eminem can't stand most new rappers.
Yeah,
In the song Ringer, he took shots at all mumble rappers.
Punk Lil and imitate Lil Wayne. I should aim at everybody in the game. Pick a name. You heard rumblings. I heard you wanna rumble. Like an empty stomach. I heard you mumbling, but it's jumbled and mumbled.
According to Eminem, mumble rap is monotonous and stupid. The songs of the new school rappers are all the same, and no one listens to what they're really saying. It's useless to work on text and come up with unique rhythmic patterns. No one cares about rhymes, and artists use the same mumble flow.
She says I am trash, but she listens to Tekashi. Bitch, you lost me, yeah.
Limp Bizkit.
The whole conflict with the legendary band Limp Bizkit began because they ditched Eminem at the last moment. Initially, Marshall had beef with Everlast, and he called the group to diss him together, so they agreed. After that, they dipped at the last second, which Eminem did not appreciate and dissed them in the song Girls.
I'm telling you right now, motherfucker Limp Bizkit. Now I'ma be real was real.
Just listen to the confidence with which he speaks about the whole situation.
This Limp Bizkit is because they're little girls.
Yeah, so I did a reaction of it, so go and check that out, guys.
In response, Lethal called M a complete asshole and told the press how the band once helped Eminem when he was unable to provide for his family. Years later, however, Fred Durst stated that despite everything, he loves M and his talent and still doesn't understand what happened back then.
Oh yeah, so I did my Everlasting Eminem Who Won This Battle, so go and check that out, guys, because there's a lot of good diss tracks of those. So yeah, I think that's one of my favorite beats by Eminem.
By the way, about the beef with Everlast, it all goes back to 2000 when Eminem and Everlast met in a hotel lobby. They had their paths crossed before, hitting the same stage and working on the same soundtrack for Arnold Schwarzenegger's End of Days. But that night something went wrong and resulted in one of the earliest documented feuds in hip-hop.
I went to say, hey, what's going on? He kind of just gave me the look like, whatever.
I wasn't sure if it was him. I wasn't going to come up and go, oh my God, Everlast.
It all started with this song.
Cock my hammer, spit a comment like Haley.
Oh.
80 on ones that act shady.
Just basically sent him a message like very nonchalantly and subliminally, like knowing he would pick up.
These lines from the song provoked Eminem to reply with the track I Remember.
Okay, I gotta say this. I remember it's kind of hilarious, if you ask me, because he made fun of Everlast's age, said he was old. Chris said that he played guitar, all that. Yeah, it was kind of hilarious though, but I like it though. I like the diss track though.
380 on those that act shady. Tell me now what you gonna do.
Then Everlast released an even harder diss.
Slim Shady, please act up. Get smacked up. Get your eyes blacked up. With your candy ass name, you're a candy ass.
Slim Shady impressed Everlast with the track Quitter, in which he tore him to shreds both on a personal and professional level.
Wife, but at least I got a bitch you gay. You claim to be a Muslim, but you Irish white.
After a while, Everlast gave an interview in which he said that the track from which it all started should never have been released in the first place. He didn't even know that Marshall's daughter's name was Haley. He admitted that he was ashamed because at that time, he himself had 2 children and could not act in that way. In the Vibe magazine, Eminem said that everything with Everlast was over and that he could have handled the situation better in some instances.
Yeah, so I'm glad they squashed it though, because I know they did a trap
Hey,
with
do you
Busta
ever walk
Rhymes.
into a room and completely forget why you're there?
Yeah, totally.
Oh my goodness.
Before his famous diss on Trump, Eminem first mentioned him in the song No Favors, where he touched on the topics of racism, police brutality, and other topics that Trump does not want to get involved with.
A commando, your man don't want it, Trump's a bitch. I make his whole plan go under.
I gotta check that out.
Later, the diss itself came out, where he went into full detail about the president's activities.
Racism's the only thing he's fantastic for. Because that's how he gets his rocks off and he's orange.
As far as we know, Trump has not commented on this in any sort of way. I would also like to add that in recent albums, Eminem often recalled Donald. This led to the US Secret Service in 2018 to interrogate the rapper because of his song Framed, where he mentions President Donald Trump and his daughter Ivanka.
How the fuck is Ivanka Trump in the trunk of my car?
This was reported by BuzzFeed with reference to documents received from the Secret Service in response to a request from the publication. According to them, employees of the Secret Service, which is engaged among other things in ensuring the security of top officials of the state, considered the lyrics of the song threatening to the US President Donald Trump and his daughter. The documents, as the newspaper notes, have
Okay, Eminem didn't really threat Donald Trump's daughter. How? How did he threaten her? It's not like he said he's gonna kill her or anything like that. So what is he talking about? I'm confused about that. What the hell is Donald Trump talking about? What a punk that Donald Trump is. I don't like him one bit. Kanye, you should be ashamed of your damn self, man. Associate with him.
undergone censorship. Many songs were interrogated by the fiercest critic, but everything seemed to blow over. The Secret Service did not disclose the contents of the conversation. The agency also decided not to send the case to the prosecutor's office for further investigation.
On the back street in the backseat of the U.
Oh boy. Oh yeah, so Ja Rule, oh boy. Oh, you guys gotta give me 500 subscribers, guys. You guys gotta give me this 500 subscribers, because the Feast and Ja Rule, because Emma got involved in this. So there's gonna be a lot of this chat reaction I'm gonna react to when it comes to this. So give me that 500 subscribers, guys, and I will drop that for you guys.
So long, I'm getting anxious.
One of the most exciting diss tracks our hero made was against Ja Rule. 50 Cent was involved in this and already had a conflict with Ja before his beef with M. Sometimes it even came to fights and stab wounds. Ja was angry at Eminem that he would sign a contract with someone with whom he had problems. And one of the hardest disses on Marshall was also made by good old Ja, who got his daughter involved.
And your mother's a crackhead and Kim is a known slut, so what's Haley gonna be when she grows up?
An enraged Shady, along with his team, released a response with the track Haley's Revenge. In 2004, in the track Like Toy Soldier, Slim declared that his side won the battle, but said he pretty much had it with the beef and tried to defuse the situation, rapping,
Haley's name on the song and I just lost it. It was crazy. This way beyond some Jay-Z and Nas.
When the album Kamikaze was released, there was a line about Ja Rule.
I'll prove it, cause if I lose it, we can rewind to some old Ja Rule shit and I can read my motherfuckers out.
Ja didn't appreciate that, and he tweeted that line about Haley seriously pissed him off.
Your vocals at the mind, that's a move, something that a rapper would do. So when you say
Oh yeah, Cannabis.
Cannabis and Eminem were among the most promising rappers of the 90s. M was still a wild underground while Cannabis was gathering concerts. Unfortunately, the highlight of Cannabis was his falling out with LL Cool J, as his self-titled debut album was a commercial failure. The reason for the fight with Marshall, though, was strange, because Cannabis, in the middle of his beef with LL Cool J, received a hint from his mentor Wyclef Jean that M may have written a diss for Cool J, which was dedicated to him. In an interview, M recalled this conflict and said that he had met Cannabis to refute this rumor. As a result, Cannabis released several disses on Marshall.
Kid said Eminem wanted to hurt me. He called my name out more than a few times and tried to embarrass me. His rhyme.
Eminem responded with the song Can I Bitch, where he ridiculed Cannabis for his low album sales, his rough voice, his nationality, and even called him Marshall's sister.
You from Los Angeles, New York, or just a janitor from Canada,
Cannabis responds with other disses, the last one coming out 8 years after the beginning of the beef, but nobody seems to care anymore.
Yeah, I think Emma was pretty much over it.
Brilliant trick for just 15 minutes per day to get incredible abs without working out or
Having fun, niggas don't stop. Pray to God that I don't have to let the guns.
The conflict with Benzino happened because Eminem dissed the magazine The Source, which rated the album The Marshall Mathers LP 2 out of 5, and Benzino was one of the authors of the publication. He said that M should have been grateful that in '98 he was in the column of the magazine that gave a boost to his career. Eminem put out one of the best diss tracks called Nail in the Coffin.
In the industry, swear that you in the streets hustle.
Yeah, so I did the Eminem versus Benzino Who Won This Battle episode, so go ahead and check that out, guys, if y'all want to see the full-blown debate between those two.
You sit behind a fucking desk at the Source, butt kissing and begging.
He ridiculed Benzino all around, including his age, his pseudo-gangsta persona, and his terrible business skills. Later, Benzino released the diss Die Another Day, where the Boston rapper threatened his daughter.
Yeah, cross this line.
In your motherfucking mouth. Tell Haley it ain't safe no more.
I think that the powers that be took Marshall and pretty much, dressed him up with the blonde hair and everything.
The rapper often mentioned Eminem's family in his disses in a pretty negative way, but the most interesting thing happened when Benzino got his hands on the song Foolish Pride, in which Eminem used racist lingo against African-American women.
When I talk about foolish pride, I mean blacks and whites taking different sides. When black
That one, Benzino kind of took an L from that one. He took that Eminem was a racist. Like, if Eminem was a racist, Dr. Dre would never sign him. Let's get that. Let's put that out there. So he took an L from that one, in my opinion.
and whites take different sides, unity never happens and we will subside.
As a result, it spread all over the media, and M had to apologize and said that at the time he broke up with an African-American woman at the age of 15 and was a stupid emotional child. The beef came to an end, and in 2012, Benzino said that he was wrong in talking about his family in his diss tracks. Not only was he unable to recover from Nail in the Coffin, he also had to leave the Source in 2005. He tried to return to rap, but unsuccessfully. Nowadays, he is only remembered in the comments under Eminem's disses.
From the land till I die.
Oh boy.
Till I die.
Yep.
Since we've already recalled M's daughter multiple times in this video, then I suggest we go over Eminem's recent beef with MGK. Before the conflict, MGK called Eminem's daughter hot on Twitter. Eminem dissed MGK in the song Not Alike, where he ridiculed his lyrics, personality, and mentioned his tweet about Haley.
Who the fuck you are, Kelly? I don't use sublims, and sure as fuck don't sneak this, but keep commenting on my daughter, Haley.
MGK surprised everyone by releasing Rap Devil, where he made many statements, including that Eminem allegedly asked Diddy to interfere with his career.
I'm called Kamikaze, so that means to kill him. Already fucked one rapper's girl this week, don't make me call Kim.
Everyone was in complete shock that MGK had the courage to diss the hip-hop legend, but it didn't take long for M to reply.
Iggy ho, you about to really blow, Kelly. They'll be putting your name next to John, next to Benzino. Die, motherfucker. Like
Dissed him. The reason I dissed him is actually a lot more petty than that. I'm the greatest rapper alive since my favorite rapper banned me from Shade 45 or whatever he said, right? Give a fuck about your career.
I recommend you check out the following video about the rise and fall of Lil Pump and Smoke Perp. Please support the video with a like, leave a comment down below, and don't forget to subscribe.
Oh boy, so yeah, so I did most of my Who Won This Battle episode of Eminem's. I did MGK and Everlast and Benzino. So those three I got so far. The Ja one, that's gonna be my 50 Cent and Ja Rule beef. So I won't do that once I reach that 500 subscribers. Cannabis and Eminem, I'm gonna do that. That's coming out in next year in January. So stay tuned for that. What else I did? I think that's about it. So yeah, so I got a lot of music I'm gonna react to of Eminem's. Like he would win at like the Michael Jackson. I gotta react to that. What else? The other one? What was the other one? I think it was something else. I forgot what it was. So yeah, so I got a lot more to come, guys. So I'll see you guys next video. Stay up. Peace.